Another annual staff trip. Caught the 7:20 a.m. airport bus. Arrived at the airport at 8:32. Checked in and had noodles for breakfast in a Russian noodle cafe. Maybe. We're in Hong Kong airport. We just had nice breakfast and we're about to jump on the Hong Kong Express and wing our way to Seoul in South Korea, where we'll have a ball. The plane was delayed 30 minutes. Don't ask me why I always feel South Korea's color is orange. We'll spend 4 days, 3 nights here. Weather forecast this week in Hong Kong is rain, and it's already started. The good news is that weather forecast in Seoul is mainly sunshine. As usual, we bought the exit row seats. Rebecca had the whole row to herself. The window seat enabling me to get a good shot of the prevailing weather. The flight to Incheon Airport, about 3 hours and 20 minutes. So we ascended into the clouds, leaving the rain behind. Spring in Hong Kong tends to bring a little rain as the temperature increases, and it can be a humid time. Arriving Seoul. Time difference plus 1 hour. An A320 Airbus, great. They put safety before profits. A comforting thought. The Hong Kong Express is one of the budget airlines of Hong Kong. The return trip only cost $166. After my kidney stone operation, I feel a little weak, but okay. I feel it will be fine. I'm looking forward to it. The last time I actually visited Seoul was in 1977. So on the bus heading to the hotel. The cheapest and simplest way to get to our hotel is by an airport bus that takes about 1 hour and 45 minutes, but drops us right at our hotel. As you can see, the seats were very comfortable, like being on business class on the aeroplane. The bus ride giving us a chance to see Seoul as we entered into the city. I then met some China tourists, had a chat. Hello.
Hello.
Where are you from?
China.
China.
Yeah.
The weather forecast for Seoul is some clouds today, but warm. The rest of the stay will be sunny. Checked into the hotel, right in the heart of Seoul. What's the plan? Korean barbecue. we found a very nice place and ordered the meat. There are many Korean barbecue cafes here, all excellent. The steaks are first class and always accompanied by the usual side dishes, including kimchi. I have to say it's one of my favorite foods. The marbled ribeye was excellent. So sitting here in a local restaurant, eating Korean barbecue, surely makes us feel we've arrived. After that, we went back to the hotel. A great first day. Day 2, and a great treat in store for us today. A full day trip to the Garden of Morning Calm, followed by the scenic Nami Island. We got the coach at 9:10, one metro stop away. We bought mass transit tickets so that we could ride the buses and trains anytime. The place we are staying, Cheongmoro, is right in the heart of Seoul. Selfie time. And guess what confronted us as we emerged from the mass transit train? Believe it or not, a giant UFO had landed the night before. I also filmed these UFOs, unidentified flower objects. Though I did recognize the daisies, the morning flower loved by Chaucer. The name daisy considered a corruption of day's eye, because the whole head closes at night and opens in the morning. Geoffrey Chaucer called it the eye of the day. By now the sun has emerged and it's a beautiful day. So off we go. The Garden of Morning Calm about an hour away.
아무렇지 않은 척 하지마 흔들리는 시선이 헤매이다 그대에게 표정을 들킬까 조마조마 Shining shining 그대에게 보여주긴 싫은데 Shining shining 눈치도 없이 내 두 눈이 빛나네 I'm holding on
Time to explore and shoot. A great variety of flowers and trees. Indeed, a beautiful garden. The Garden of Morning Calm is a very special garden that combines Korean culture and scenic beauty. It was a pleasure to behold, enhanced by the sunny day. The sunken garden is designed like the shape of the Korean peninsula. It's a display garden filled with many different trees, perennials and plants that are beautiful at this time of the year. The hope being that the Korean peninsula can one day be reunited. Even some wildflowers are featured. I was impressed by the colours, even many shades of green, and multicolored flowers, even unusual blue flowers. I always feel the creation of a garden is special. Not like an artist mixing and adding colours, but like a creator is placing dynamic parts onto a living canvas. Not a still life creation, a living creation. It was a truly exhilarating experience that we all enjoyed. So enjoy it with us. Time to reflect. Perhaps not just on the sight before us, but on the beauty of life itself, as our eyes take in nature's canvas that God has placed before us. Nature itself soothing the soul. At this point, I got a little frustrated because they were playing piano music through speakers in the park. It meant that I could not use the music on my film on the one hand, as it was copyright, but on the other hand, I could neither enjoy nor use the ambient sounds from this amazing garden. I felt the piano music distracted from the experience, but I usually use music on my film. To make things worse, I don't think the music was particularly appropriate. I feel they should cut the music and let people enjoy the ambient sounds of the garden. I can then also cut the music on my film. Here a pagoda gave a nice setting to sit and relax. It was a very enjoyable experience, and we enjoyed both walking through the place and taking our pictures, making a memory, enjoying the Korean culture in this delightful setting. Then on to Nami Island, where we shall have lunch, Korean style. After that, we had a choice of the Skywire or the ferry. Tabriz chose the Skywire. I'm glad we booked this trip, as they organized the day for us and made it an easy, relaxing day. I wanted to get some ferry shots, so I took the quieter of the two options. And here it comes. Nami Island is about 2 hours from Seoul, but is regarded as one of the highlights of a Seoul visit. Clearly it's very popular. Naturally, I wanted to get some 360 shots. The trip across to the island takes about 12 minutes, so I went up on the top deck and took my shots, getting some great 360 views. A nice breeze to keep us cool. And we soon arrived at the Nami Island. The plan is to take a walk around and explore this beautiful island. The island is set up as though it was a separate country, named the Naminara Republic. So we were welcomed as we passed through immigration, anticipating a great visit. We arrived on Nami Island in the sunshine. It's famous for its natural rural beauty, and also been the filming location for several Korean dramas. The first thing we did was to take the toy train ride that is parallel to the Metasequoia Lane, the central Korean pine tree lane that cuts right across the island. It gave us the chance to sit and watch the scenery go by. And I got some fun 360 shots. And we all enjoyed the ride. Metasequoia, or dawn redwood, is a fast-growing carnivorous tree. It grows to at least 165 feet, 50 meters in height. Local people call it the suishan, or the water fir. Our intention is to take a slow walk back down the tree-lined lane to the ferry. But first things first, we ordered a drink and the special snowman pancake that unfortunately did not live up to its expectations. We then took the 20-minute stroll back to the ferry, enjoying the scenery on the way. It's been an enjoyable visit, getting some final shots here before riding the ferry back. There was even a car ferry. I was surprised at how many people were visiting. We then boarded the tour bus and headed back to Seoul, passing the Eiffel Tower on the way that was located right on top of a building. We then caught the metro and ate a Korean barbecue. And then went over to Myeong-dong night market, where we had a look around and sampled some snacks. You've heard of Starbucks? This is Star Chicken. The beef steak was delightful, as was the octopus. There were so many delicious snacks on sale that we wished we'd not eaten yet. The noodles here quite cheap, about $5. It's a very popular place at night. They even had lobster and some tasty desserts. I passed on buying a Ferrari. It was the wrong color. We then decided to actually try the coconut deep-fried jumbo prawns, and they were excellent. The guy was frying some crabs at the time. The highlight of the night was this guy cooking the beef. 5,000 Korean won is about $4. It certainly smelled good. And the performance of the cook, first class. He looks like he's enjoying it. There were even some Japanese delights. We then jumped back on the metro and went the one stop down the line back to our hotel. Next morning, after an 8 o'clock breakfast, we had a Starbucks. There are many good coffee shops here, but Starbucks was right next door. We all had a good night's sleep. We then took the metro to Bukchon Hanok Traditional Village. Bukchon Hanok is an area where the traditional Korean style of homes has been preserved. The central location of our hotel making it easy to get around. Everything here is well signposted, both in Korean and English. Bukchon Hanok is an area where the traditional Korean style of homes has been preserved, and we can get insight into days gone by. The tourist guides here give instructions of where to go and what to see, and even provide maps. Excellent. The area also contained guest houses where tourists may stay. Local food also available, the renowned ginseng chicken soup. The house is indeed very attractive. Allison hired traditional dress for a few hours to get into the mood. She was not the only one. People from all over the world can be seen in Korean traditional dress. An interesting feature. And interesting architecture. The only other place I've been where people hire local traditional dress is in Japan. Bukchon Hanok literally means North Village Korean houses. It was a fascinating experience to stroll around these traditional Korean houses. The village itself is over 600 years old, though most of the houses were built between 1920 and 1960. It was a special experience to see the traditional architecture. Allison certainly authenticated it. There was a feel of days gone by in the North Village. And then a coffee. Or an iced green tea. Next stop, a traditional snack in a local restaurant. Well, we're all in a local cafe, and we're going to have a big assortment of the local dishes. We then visited the Bukchon Traditional Cultural Center, which was very interesting. I was able to film a traditional Korean home as it would have been in past times, getting insights through both the architecture and the layout into how they lived back then. It was a very impressive place, serene and peaceful. I'm sure it would have been a very special place to live.
This is the museum. This is a Korean traditional house. Normally it is empty, but today is very special. We have a special exhibition for Korean handicraft.
The cultural center was established where the House of Finance Secretary Min lived at the end of the Joseon dynasty, which ruled Korea from 1392 to 1897. It's also known as the House of Madame Gi-dong. We were able to walk around and enjoy this fascinating house. The bathroom was particularly interesting in that to a Western mind it did not afford much privacy. Windows all around and even easy chairs, as though, as in Roman times, people would sit around and have a chat. There were several open areas where people could sit a while. The interior design also very practical, as in that the desk and changing room were part of the bedroom. The courtyards were so inviting that even the tourists were enjoying a moment there. The main tranquil courtyard even providing beanbag lounges and shade, even a coffee table. Though it was probably a tea table. After visiting, I have to say I had 100 questions I wanted to ask. It was a fascinating visit. We then had a stroll around the area. Many tourist shops and restaurants, narrow alleyways, cafes, and sights and places perhaps unique to Seoul. Even avenues. And I'm always trying to make memories. So we had another drink, this time a cold, refreshing one. When we emerged from the cafe, we noticed a park opposite and walked over to have a look. Are those trees painted? It was a surprise, a plethora of colourful flowers. So time to get some shots. It also exhibited numerous sculptures and art that really impressed. We were exploring and discovering, really unaware of what we might find. So we encountered the main square and the watchtower, which is located at the southeastern corner of Myeong-dong Palace. We then continued to the palace. We then climbed aboard a bus that would take us to our next destination. I like riding on buses in places we visit. It gives an insight tourists don't often get. I remember getting on a bus late at night in Srinagar, Kashmir, to travel back to our houseboat, and it was a great experience. So where are we heading? A must-see, must-experience part of the Seoul adventure. The Seoul Tower. After the bus ride, we rode the small teleférico that took us to the cable car. We then got tickets up to the tower. The Namsan Seoul Tower is a 236-meter, 774-foot tall tower, the second highest point in Seoul. It was built in 1969 and is a radio wave tower providing TV and radio broadcasting in Seoul. It is certainly a spectacular sight. The first thing we did was to enjoy the views over the whole city. We can see for miles. We'll now go up to the top of the tower for a fee. When we went, it was around $15. On the way up, video images. I suppose they were trying to make the trip interesting. At the top, we were confronted by more spectacular views. The river and the bridges in the distance. Everyone getting their shots. It was certainly an enjoyable experience. And after that, we made our way back down into the city. Walking to the bus stop nearby to take a bus to the metro station. The plan? Believe it or not, we'll eat again at the first place in which we ate, as I wanted to eat the Korean barbecue again, and the others wanted to try other Korean dishes. The money, approximately 1,351 to the US dollar. So here's about $20. After that, another walk in the night market. Alison tried the egg bread. It's a fun place to stroll around at night. Plenty of things to buy, lots of food to eat. And interesting sights to see. And every now and again we would sample one of their snacks. It's been a great day. Our final day. We'll try the Mega Coffee nearby today. We were not impressed by the Starbucks here, and the price at Mega was significantly cheaper. Better coffee too. Sun is shining today. Our flight is this afternoon, but we wanted to get back to the airport, check in, and have a snack. So we set out early and got our last views of the city. We all felt we needed more time here, which is a good sign. It's been a very enjoyable visit, and yet there were many places that we were unable to see. Everybody felt they wanted to come back again. What's the verdict? It's a very safe place, the people courteous and friendly, the city clean and attractive, the food excellent. And it's an easy place to get around. The metro and the buses all excellent. The metro cards making it easy. For me personally, from the very first time I travelled out of England, I've always had a passion to travel and see other places and cultures. One of the great joys of my life comes when I jump on a plane and anticipate seeing new places and people. What do you think? Korea was different, like no other place. Similar in many ways, unique in others. Challenging the way I see the world and helping me to understand. So back to the airport. I've visited this airport many times. It is an excellent airport. So we decided to have a final Korean meal. As you can see, very tasty. It's very special to have the opportunity to eat Korean food in Korea. We can't get more authentic than that. The presentation and the flavors, special. We topped off the snack with a waffle. Then out to the plane. I always feel I get a double blessing from a holiday. I enjoy the holiday, and then I relive it as I make a film about it. It's special. I look forward to creating the film, and I'm challenged to communicate what it was like. I want people to be able to taste the food when they watch the film, to feel what I feel when they see the sights, and to appreciate the beauty of a place. And yet, as I edit the film, it's still with a sense of adventure. It's difficult to explain. For me, the sight of a plane is an emotive sight. An old Asian proverb states that it's better to see something once than to hear about it 1,000 times. So, another memorable staff outing, and back to Hong Kong. I'm so happy you came and traveled with us. Let me know where you want to go next.